Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's gonna swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow. Oh.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
We got Homer, Matt Hamilton.
Yeah.
We have
Pessimist Molly.
No. Realist.
and then contrarian.
Total. Yeah.
Jim Rutledge here.
It's Mer.
I'm the flower, it's
Mister.
Could it be possible you guys are the best show in ESPN Wisconsin, the whole state?
Yeah, obviously. It's
possible. Anything's possible.
You're the best.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
How about them Brewers? It is.
You're such a hater.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. It's Cubs. It's the start of the Cubs series. It is Jim, Matt, and Molly live from the Everlight Solar Studio. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Molly Brown and Matt Hamilton. We are presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
Like the Chicago White Sox crush the Milwaukee Brewers right here on ESPN Madison.
Oh, that stolen grand slam.
What was the score?
Grand Slam.
8-0?
The Brewers' first inning.
8-0, yep. White
Oh,
Sox ended up winning.
Luis Roberts pulling
Yeah.
it back. Gotcha. Yeah. They
Stolen.
still would have lost.
You know that's a robbed grand slam? Nobody says stolen home run.
What do robbers do, Ryan?
What do robbers
They
do?
steal.
They rob.
No,
They steal.
You steal a base. You rob a home run. Is this teaching Matt Hamilton about baseball?
Is it RBI or RBIs?
It's RBIs. RBIs. Come on.
I go RBI. It's runs batted in. That's what RBI stands
It's
for.
runs batted ins, Jim. Come on, get out of here.
Molly?
I have no opinion. It's baseball. Right here on 100.5 ESPN, the home for Brewers in Madison.
The sound of summer.
So wait, we're presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. You also can stream the show with the ESPN Wisconsin app. Primetime Wollersheim just heard him behind the glass. And I'm having some fun with Brewer fans. Look, the Brewers are
So much fun.
likely to fall to third place. The Obvious T-Shirts has just released a shirt that it costs $30 and it might cost me $30. It's a picture of AmFam Field and it says Wrigley North on it. But hey,
So good.
Cool shirt, dude.
it is
Should we,
great.
should we call Soldier Field Lambeau South?
No, because they don't show up like that. It's not about wins and losses. It's about the fans from the Brewers. They sell their tickets. You call Lambeau Field Detroit West.
Nah, that's fair. That is fair.
I mean, if you're gonna
Ford
get
Field
into it,
West.
yeah, Ford Field West because it might be sponsored by Chevy, but there's a lot of Ford Field folks in that stadium. But it's a fun rivalry right now because both teams are good. The Brewers will fall into third place. They're 16-16. I believe the Reds either have won or they were up like 9-1 over the Cardinals, who we all hate. So that'll move the Reds a little bit in front of the Brewers. So the first place Chicago Cubs go to Wrigley North to take on the Milwaukee Brewers this weekend. Now, look, the Brewers, they can hit the heck out of the ball, and I'll tell you what, the Cubs are not bringing their ace rotation this way. It's James Talon, who's an up-and-down pitcher, Ben Brown, who's a youngster who has not had he's brought up because Justin Steele, the Cubs ace, is out for the season, so he's kind of a stopgap for now. Now, Shota on the getaway day, the last day, the Sunday of the series, that's one where the Cubs had the pitching. I don't even know pitching advantage because it's Freddie Peralta for the Brewers. So the other ones, I believe the Brewers are throwing out the kid they got from Boston,
Quinn Priester.
Quinn Priester, and then also Jose Quintana, who hasn't lost a start yet with the
Because
Milwaukee
they're
Brewers.
just praying for pitchers. Priester.
Hit yourself.
Go on yourself.
Jeez.
RBIs.
So, I mean, at what point? It's really early, and my brother's a big Brewers fan, and you can chime in on this 844-770-3776, Carl talking text line. At what point do you start, like, truly not worrying about the Brewers, but, like, just kind of like, oh, we can't fall too far behind, or, like, when you start locking in as far as not watching all the games or being sucked in, but like, hey, we can't fall too far behind in the division. The division is a poo-poo platter. I think the Cubs are good, not great. So, like, I think they're a team that wins like 85, 86 games, so it's not like they're going to run away with the division.
Well, that's going to be easy. Molly had the Brewers winning over 100.
So whenever the math doesn't math anymore to get to 100, that's when I start to worry. No, I actually
Take that for that.
I actually think that I asked this question
There's
like
no
a couple
way
weeks
they're
ago.
getting to 100.
Well,
Never know.
we're only
I know.
32 games in, you guys. We've got, 130 to go is the math there, right? So we're close. We got a lot to go. But
I still believe in you, Molly.
God, that means that they can only have 30 more losses. Well, no, math, not my strong suit. Sorry. Anyways, I feel like I asked this question like 2 weeks ago. When do you start worrying as a Brewers fan? And I think you guys told me the All-Star break, correct?
It's not so much worrying. It's when you start, like, locking in is around that All-Star break, and, like, the standings really matter. So right now the Cubs are 19-13 with a 3-game lead over the Brewers.
Yep.
I will say I've never been more, like, aware of what's going on with the Brewers as far as, like, the record and stuff because I get to listen to them all the time on 100 Point.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Why the heck do you think we're talking about them right now?
Well, I know. I
Yeah.
get. Well, we're a sports show in Wisconsin.
Yeah, but we don't talk Brewers. But when the Brewers are on right before us,
Makes
we're
sense.
going to talk a little baseball because honestly, the most boring sport.
So, like, when
so
you
what we're
ask,
talking about here is
when
like,
do you lock in? Like this year, beginning of the season.
so
right
what's
off the
locked?
gate.
What's locked into you? Are you like? I'm not saying obviously you follow along with the wins and losses, but are you stressing? Are you worried?
Oh no.
That the Cubs have 13 losses, the Brewers have 16. The Cubs, the run differential is the best in baseball. The Brewers still are plus. They're plus 16, so it's not like they're abysmal. Their pitching is injured and not good, which is
Right.
not a good combo. But the Brewers still hit the hell out of the ball, and they play in a terrible division. But even like if you look around, so San Francisco, like if you're going to look right now, it would be the Padres and the Giants and the Diamondbacks are all in front of the Brewers for the wild card, along with Philadelphia, and it's very early. And then
How
obviously
far
Cincinnati.
behind are they in the wild? Just curious, where are they in the wild
I'm
card
just
standings?
eyeballing. I don't think they have the wild card standings up there, but I have San Diego at 19-11, San Francisco 19-12, which would put them in front of them, and then you have Philadelphia 17-13. So those are all teams just eyeballing here would be in front of them, obviously along with Cincinnati at 17-15.
What are the odds whoever the top team in the NL Central is wouldn't even make a wild card spot again this year? It's pretty likely, I feel like. I feel like if you're a Brewers fan, you're just aiming for winning the NL Central because that should be all it takes, and that'll be easier than
Right now,
just
I
getting
think
a
the
wild
Cubs
card.
would be tied for the wild because like Cubs have 19 wins, San Diego's 19, so does San Francisco.
Yeah.
So like,
But in general, by the end of the season, I mean, we're expecting the team who wins the NL Central to have 95 wins.
no,
Not even, maybe?
yeah, I want to go with the Mets. Yeah, you're right. The Mets and the Dodgers are the two teams are going to expect to have the best records in baseball, and then the Cubs will, or the Brewers or whomever will bat it out. I think less than 90, if I'm betting right now. The Cubs could make a trade. I felt better before they lost their star pitcher Justin Steele, but they have been open that they're kind of going for this year. They traded for an MVP candidate in Kyle Tucker, and so like they're all in to go win it this year. Like they have probably the best bat in the NL Central.
It kind of reminds me of the situation at the NFL owners meeting where I think it was the Lions that proposed best records make the playoffs, not division winners. And it kind of in this situation, you're saying the NL Central is terrible. Like this would be a perfect example of like, do you really want no NL Central representation in the playoffs? Like that's kind of what they promoted. So like, if
I would bet on the Cubs. They would in theory in this little game they would be a wild card team even if they win the division. I think they're the team the most likely to do it, just from one, they're off to a hot start, and two.
But again, doesn't it just like tell you how like crazy that proposal is? I know it's different sports, but like it shouldn't matter, right? Like there should be representation from every division.
I think
in
to be clear,
your sport.
The rule, what it was that you were not going to be prioritized. Like if you won,
I think it was about seeding.
Yeah.
It wasn't
So you
about,
wouldn't be a 4 seed,
Yes.
1 through 4.
Yeah, you still
Correct.
make it. If Tampa, like for example, last year they win the division, they still make it, but then they would have a lower seed than the Packers because the Packers won 11 games,
Right.
Which is still a sticky wicket because if you're in a tough division and you win
We're
that.
talking about baseball, not cricket. All right, stop
same,
it, Jim.
Same difference.
A sticky bat.
That's something completely different. That's pine tar. Go ask George Brett about that. Do you remember? You guys don't. You guys, it would have been viral, but it's
Yes.
still a all-time baseball moment where George Brett is running back out on the field after he hit like a game-winning, I don't know if it was a home run or hit to drive in the runs.
Wait, isn't George Brett the singer from Wham?
That's George Michael. But there is a singing tie to George Brett, which we'll bring it back around to. But George Brett had pine tar too high up over the line on his bat, and he comes running out. He's like very, gestating with his hands. His hair's kind of crazy, and it's just one of those moments that it's like you watch any sort of old-timey baseball thing, it's just in it. I don't remember when it happened. Like, it was in the 80s. Like, I don't
1983. July 24th,
so I was
1983.
3, but it's just one of those iconic baseball moments where he comes running out and does that. But to tie it to more of a modern thing, and I've brought this up before, Lord, the song Royal, is about, she saw a magazine cover with George Brett on the cover and saw and wrote the song basically off of that cover.
Oh, interesting.
So there you go. Something for the youngins like Molly.
I'm watching the video right now, so
The
I'm learning.
Royal video or the George Brett video?
No, the George Brett video.
Chime in 844-770-3776. That's the Carbos Talking text line. List is more. When do you start paying attention to the Milwaukee Brewers
standings
specifically? Not so much like what are they doing. You're obviously going to keep an eye on it. Maybe watch them on FanDuel. Hopefully listen here on ESPN Madison. And we'll have this entire Cubs series coming up on ESPN Madison starting tomorrow night. The Brewers, like for me, I'm watching. I like it. Like the Brewers is no harm, no foul right now. At 16-16, 3 games back. If I'm a Brewers fan, I'm not too worried but as a Cubs fan, I like to be 6 games above 500. Build that up a little bit whenever you can. And for the Cubs case, they started the year with the toughest schedule in baseball, and now they hit their soft spot. So in theory, they can make some hay and really separate themselves. And then that could get worrisome for the Brewers. But in general, I think the Brewers, if you're hanging around a couple games above 500 at the All-Star break, then you got a puncher's chance. So that's kind of how I view it. And same thing with the Cubs, just with the division. I would imagine that nobody's going to be more than like 5 games up at the All-Star break. And then for the rest of the year, you could make a run for it. So I'm watching it. I'd like to be in the Cubs position, but the Brewers are in fine position. And honestly, they can flip it all this weekend.
Yeah. How many? They got 3 games?
Yep.
What do you think? Think Cubs win all 3? You think the Brewers are able to win the series? Like, where's your head at?
I would say the Brewers definitely getting 1. It's definitely not going to be a sweep. And I think it could come down to Sunday. Because when you look at the you look at the schedule here, and we can, so I kind of teased it before, but if you look at it, it's the first game, which will be on ESPN Madison. You also, if you have Apple TV Plus, you could watch it there, which is one of those few times that might be useful to. If you don't have FanDuel, you'll be able to see the Brewers play. But that game is 7:10 first pitch here on ESPN Madison. Ben Brown, who is a young pitcher, he's a prospect, so he's up and down. He has not had a great start to the season for him against Priester, which we just talked about. Then Saturday is Saturday night at 6:10, James Talon against Jose Quintana. Now, Jose Quintana is a flyer of a pitcher. He's an older pitcher. He's a grinder. He's a professional pitcher. So that one is the one I would say. Like, so if I'm betting on it just off of pitching matchups, I'm going to go, hey, Brewers win the first one. Brown's been down. And Priester, I think, is better than him, and you win the first one. The second one, I think Talon's better than Quintana. I think that one goes to the Cubs. And then you got Sunday, 1:10 on ESPN Madison. You got Shota Imanaga against...
Imanaga.
There you go. Against Freddie Peralta. And Shota is a stud.
I like the Brewers have a puncher. They have a good chance at it, though.
I think, yeah.
Peralta can shut him down.
He can. But the Brewers could also... I mean, the Cubs could also hit... They're the best offense in baseball right now. So they could blow up any one of these guys in the game and go out the window. It doesn't matter who's pitching.
Speaking of like when you start caring or watching the baseball, I feel like a weekend series like this, just one against your rival down south who calls it Wrigley North and all of these things, like this is probably the only time I'm really going to be invested in a series until the end of May, until Memorial Day probably, if I'm being honest.
I will say giving another team's home field a nickname like Wrigley North has big rivalry vibes to it, doesn't it?
What are you trying to say?
Well, I mean, Cubs fans, especially Jimmy, is like, oh, you guys aren't our rivals. The Cardinals are the rivals. Like, we don't even deal with you guys.
Preposterous.
But yeah, you go out of your way to make a special T-shirt for Wrigley North.
Well, again,
no,
the-
that's what the reason we get upset about it is because we view the Cubs as a rival. But for you to say you're not, and then you make a shirt about it,
I didn't make a shirt.
nah, I'm just saying.
But you're
it's
gonna buy the shirt?
$30.
Hey.
rivalry.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
I'm not making fetch happen. You guys are the ones
No,
that made the
here-
shirt.
here's
No,
why-
but it definitely does feel like Cubs fans are making it feel like it's a rivalry, which I think it is.
It is.
Look, but
because
again, we've
it's
talked
two
about it
states
before.
that border each other that hate each other.
Well, again, no. Wisconsin hates Illinois. Wisconsin's in their field about
Illinois
everything.
hates Wisconsin
No,
too.
not the same level.
Oh, Bears
They
fans
don't even
hate
know what
Packers
Wisconsin
fans.
is.
That's different. But like Cubs fans never thought about the Brewers until the Brewers came to the National League. And so, I mean, and then also like the Cubs and the Cardinals are the Bears and the Packers. Like
Right, I'm not denying that.
Okay.
That rivalry has been around forever.
Okay.
So this is a secondary rivalry. And is it fun? And again, this isn't about the wins and losses of
Jim
the games.
probably only has one best friend too.
But this is also
People like me.
but this is also much like you can tell it drives you insane, and it's not about the actual games. It's about the fact that Brewer fans sell their tickets, and the Cubs at times feels like there's more Cubs fans at the Brewers Stadium, AmFam Field, than there are Brewer fans. In fact, let me ask this question: have the Brewers had a no hitter at AmFam Field?
Have they ever pitched a no-hitter when it's been called AmFam or just
Or at Miller Park? I don't think at Miller Park because at that point
yes,
they didn't.
I believe they did. I believe Michael Birkbeck
Because
back
for
in
the
day
for the
did.
longest time, Carlos Zambrano was the only person because the Cubs got moved up there. Carlos Zambrano from the Chicago Cubs went to Wrigley North and threw a no hitter at then Miller Park, and that was always extra fun to dangle over. Specifically, my brother.
Rivalry.
According to Google AI, no, the Milwaukee Brewers have not pitched a no-hitter at their home stadium, Miller Park, now AmFam Field, according to Wikipedia.
Yeah,
So-
it looks like the only ones in history were Carlos Zambrano by the Cubs in 2008 and Alec Mills, also of the Cubs, on September 13th, 2020. It's 2020. That
crazy.
doesn't count.
Wrigley North.
2020 season
There was
didn't
no
happen.
fans.
Wrigley
It was the
North.
bubble.
Oh, hold on. Corbin Burns and Josh Hader threw a combined no-hitter at the stadium on September 11th, 2021. There you go.
Still, the
take it.
Cubs got 2 to the Brewers 1.
But it's a combined no-hitter, so that's two no-hitters, basically.
You play all your games there, and you can't get as many as the
I
Cubs.
like that
Yeah.
math, Ryan.
Come on.
I like that math.
Two pitchers with no-hitters from the Cubs,
Yeah.
two pitchers with no-hitters from the Brewers. There you go.
Yeah. Neither of those
Sequel.
Brewers pitchers gave up any RBIs.
Nope. Ribbies.
Here's how I would look at it. In all honesty, it's very similar to how I would say and it depends how you want to do it, but the Cubs and the Brewers rivalry is a rivalry when they're both good. Just like Minnesota and Green Bay.
Yep.
Like that's still secondary because if the Cubs and the Cardinals are battling for the division title, that will reach a temperature for Cubs fans that will not be reached beating the Brewers.
Right.
Now, Brewers fans absolutely hate the Cubs far more than Cubs fans do. Craig Counsell's down there. That's all I hear about is Craig Counsell, and it's the constant little brother, big brother. We're the small state. You're the big guys. There's just that sort of in your field sort of thing. You guys spend all the money. We don't have any money to spend. That sort of thing there. So that's always going to be there. But it's only a great rivalry, and Cubs fans only care if there's actual baseball happening. Bears Packers is a rivalry no matter what. When that game happens, and then you forget about them. But the Packers Vikings, if the Vikings are terrible for the next 4 years, and you're just beating up on them, you're just gonna have fun that day and then move on.
Not in my house.
But yours
Not
is,
in my house.
And speaking of not in your house, we did have a correction from the hall manager, Jesse Nelson, who was listening, and he corrected me in that the Corbin Burns, Josh Hader combined no-hitter did not occur at AmFam Field. It was against the Cleveland Guardians in Cleveland, unfortunately.
man, someday you'll be able to do
Should
what
we
the Cubs
fact
have done
check him
twice.
though? Because Jesse gets trivia wrong every single day, so we should probably fact check
Google
him.
AI said no right away as well.
Google AI.
Well,
is
they said
correct.
something about Corbin Burns and Josh Hader, but it doesn't say a location. So we can investigate. But for right
we'll
now, Ryan was
investigate
wrong.
deeper. But I do think we just found our first sighting unlimited poll question: is the Brewers-Cubs rivalry a rivalry unless they're both good?
I honestly who cares more about the rivalry, Cubs fans or Brewers fans?
Come on, what do you think Brewers
Brewers
fans
fans are going to say
with?
Cubs fans.
I mean, obviously,
If you're
so
honest-
it's not a good question. Come on, what's the better question?
Um,
Matt, Molly, feel free to chime
What was
in.
the question that you
well,
just
I was
asked?
going to say again, I was making the comp Packers versus Vikings is
Yes.
kind of the comp for Bears versus Cubs versus Brewers.
Okay.
Is it Badgers versus Iowa? Because Minnesota's the Badgers' number one rival.
Yeah.
Maybe, but that's from the Cubs' perspective. For Brewers fans, the Cubs are the number one rival.
That's the thing, and like I'm trying to think of other examples of like where one side. And again, blame Bud Selig for this because they had a natural rival with the White Sox and the Twins, and the Twins are honestly the biggest rival for the Brewers. And then Bud Selig decided to move the team to the National League because he didn't want to have a DH.
So is it a little bit more
He was so
like
cheap? He didn't want to have to pay a DH. So he's like, let's just move to the National League so we can just have pitchers hit.
Is it a little more like a different Minnesota-Wisconsin rivalry where the Brewers are the Vikings and the Cubs are a little more like the Packers, where the Packers' biggest rival is the Bears, a.k.a. the Cardinals?
Yeah.
But for the Vikings, their biggest rival is always going to be the Packers. And then they have a pretty good rivalry with the Bears as well.
I follow that, but that was a complicated
That
little
was very
road map.
complicated.
But it makes
In my
sense.
mind,
It makes sense.
I
I
get
get
it.
it.
Let's ask that. Let's
In my-
Okay, well, yeah, I won't
with
put it
the
that
full
way.
description. But then Ryan's gonna spell something wrong. Then it's just gonna be all confusing.
All
So,
right, does
why,
that
why
grind
don't,
your-
why don't we just ask what is the most what is the rivalriest rivalry
No,
of all of the three?
love
that.
And
That
then
was
it's
what
I was
like
talking about, wording.
Vikings.
No, I was going to go, like,
Are
honestly,
Bears-
who do you hate the most? The Cubs, the Bears, or the Gophers?
That's a good one, too.
Let's just have at it. Like, which one do you get?
Sure.
Because the Bears you beat up on. The Cubs.
Doesn't matter. I
And,
hate the Bears the most.
and the Cubs.
Easy.
The Cubs and the Brewers are a
Because
little
you're
bit
most
more
passionate about the
back
Packers
and
too,
forth.
though. I think it tests where your passion lies as well.
And look, it's
Yeah,
it,
maybe,
it,
but
now
I
that
hate the
Minnesota,
Bears.
like, it stings when Minnesota beats the Badgers.
Yeah.
When the
It
Gophers
does.
They
beat the
take the
Badgers,
stupid axe and they.
I just have, I think it's just because I have higher hopes for the Packers, or maybe I've got more optimism for the Packers.
Well,
So-
buckle up, Buttercup, because I
TJ
think it's just going to get worse as the years go by here.
TJ from
pretty
the
soon.
road chimes in: is Soldier Field considered Lambeau East? No, because Packer fans don't overfill. Just like the Bears can't say.
East.
Lambeau East.
I don't know why I said the East. But
Lambeau South. That's what I said before.
Somebody doesn't know their cardinal
No offense,
directions.
CJ from the road, but my God.
yeah, so I'm just reading it as is. But no, because just like Bears fans don't fill up Lambeau for the game, Lions fans have done a better job than that than the Bears have done. Packer fans don't fill Soldier Field to the level that AmFam Field at times sounds like it is Wrigley North. And that's why it's fun.
That would be my question.
Because it really does at times, and it's very unique. But it's so much easier for Cubs fans to go to a game
I was just going to ask that.
at AmFam Field. Parking's easier. If you're on the north side, you don't have to get down. You can just go out of Chicago and go up north. Like, you can just leave work and head on up. Like, it's very easy for Cubs fans to get up there and
Right.
get home, as opposed to having to going downtown Chicago at 6 o'clock for a game at Wrigley. And you know the game's going to happen, too. So, I mean, there's a lot of, like, things that make sense that it's definitely easier. I'm a Cubs fan. I still haven't decided. I still haven't figured out how to bring up my kids and the family to Wrigley Field because it's a whole to-do. So when we go, we'll just go to AmFam Field. It's just easier.
I went when I was a kid to Wrigley Field, but
And I have too.
that was back when Sammy Sosa was playing, so that'll tell you how long ago that was. My goodness.
Wow.
corked bats.
Yeah.
You're only 28?
Okay. I mean, come on. How old is Sammy Sosa? Like 65 now? He's got to be.
Have you seen? Well, I mean, he looks a lot better than 65. I'll say that.
What?
His skin,
No,
his whole appearance. He's looking good. He looks good.
I would. That's.
I wasn't going to touch
I'm not
that.
going
but
anywhere near that. He's
okay.
56. He is 56 years old.
Okay. So that's 9 years. That's not that far off.
That's very far off. It's just short of a decade off.
Close enough. Sorry, Sammy, if you're listening.
Molly, what are you, 36?
Savage. Hey now. That's also only 8 years. So thank you.
For over 35 years, J&K has been Madison's trusted name in security. Whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, they're your one-stop shop for all things security. From cutting-edge intercom systems for your office to simply replacing that old lock on your front door, they've got you covered with a network of top-tier suppliers. They create customized solutions tailored just for you. At J&K, customer service is their top priority, and your peace of mind is always their mission. Visit them today at jksecurity.com and experience the J&K difference. Your home, your business, their priority. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube. The host might be irrelevant, but the conversations aren't.
Is Giannis the type of guy that would ask out publicly? Because he doesn't hit me as such. So when I look at this, would I understand if Giannis asked out? I think I would, yes. And would I hate him for it? I really don't think so. unless he went to the Pacers.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe, live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also available on the ESPN Wisconsin app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison? Discover TPC Wisconsin, an instant classic in the heart of the Midwest. With a course co-designed by Steve Stricker and PGA Tour Designs, it's the 13th and newest TPC Network golf club in the world. Other high-quality amenities include a short game practice area, athletic performance center, and meeting and dining facilities. Plus, membership benefits that reach around the globe. Schedule a tour at tpcwisconsin.com and start your journey to a lifetime of priceless golf.
Accidents can happen anytime to any home or business. That's why Revive Restoration is here to make things right again. Whether it's water, fire, smoke, mold, or storm damage, Revive can help 24/7, 365. Their experienced team handles residential and commercial services with professionalism and care, ensuring that your property is restored quickly and efficiently. For reliable service and a commitment to excellence, trust Revive Restoration. Call 608-719-3832 or visit revivepros.com today.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Jim Rutledge here. What is a better buying experience? Well, that's the thing. You get to define it. It is the experience that is customized to you. What experience do you want at a car dealership? They can be your trusted friend or your trusted expert. So if you're in the market for a new or new-to-you Silverado, Colorado, Blazer, Trailblazer, remember, you're only minutes away from a better buying experience. And that's at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Take your game day experience to the next level with a getaway to the heart of downtown at Milwaukee's unofficial baseball headquarters hotel. Visit the Pfister Hotel and celebrate the big win in style with luxurious accommodations at this newly renovated Milwaukee icon. Enjoy fine dining at acclaimed restaurants, pamper yourself with a service from the Well Spa and Salon, or splash into the pool on the 23rd floor with the best views of the city. Stay close, play hard, and make the Pfister Hotel your official home base on game day. Book your stay today at thepfisterhotel.com.
Bergstrom Automotive helps you say yes to driving away in a vehicle that's affordable and built for your adventures. Load your kayak or your furry friend into a sleek and sporty Chevrolet Trax or Trailblazer. Choose one to match your style or Bubba's for our best price guarantee at Bergstrom Chevrolet. Join the Bergstrom family for the yes of the freedom of buying.
Join the Bergstrom Auto family.
Madison's financial challenges need a Dane County-based bank. Starion Bank is a full-service community bank that delivers quality big bank services with a local approach. We are proud to be there for any budding entrepreneur or small businesses, helping them exceed their financial goals from banking to lending to cash management. Visit a banker at one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, taking you farther.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Ain't shady, baby, I'm hot like the prodigal son. Big up Bartolini, meeny, money, mo, and flower, you're the chosen one.
Continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown. We are presented by Coors Light, Primetime Warsheim, Jim Rutledge and Molly Brown, Matt Hamilton. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube. You can stream the show on the ESPN Wisconsin app. And we did have a Siding Unlimited poll question that we're going to throw out there before we move to Packers here. Which Wisconsin sports rival do you hate the most? Cubs, Bears, or the Gophers? And right now, early returns say the Bears.
Felt like Green Bay to me.
As it should.
It should, but we're in the middle of baseball season, so I thought you might get the rivalry is heating up because they're going to play this weekend. And here's what's going to happen is if the Cubs have a run this year, you're going to see some angry Brewer fans. Craig Counsell.
Yeah, I
winning.
think it's gonna be more hate towards Craig Counsell than the Cubs.
Well,
for sure, right?
In my experience, Brewer fans, they basically just it's like a transference of all the hate that they have for Chicago, the Bears, or all things Chicago. They just transfer it to the Cubs, and it just heats up when they're good. And so all the baggage carries over.
Now, obviously, I'm not the biggest baseball fan here. I think we all know that. But I personally have never disliked the Cubs. I've actually liked them, and I know this sounds stupid, but I think they have a great logo. I think they have great colors. I think they have an awesome stadium. It's such a historic stadium. So I've always just been cool. But like I said, I'm not a diehard Brewers fan. I'm not until actually last year's playoff games. I was watching those and I was a little bit heartbroken over that. But I wasn't heartbroken for days like I would be for the Packers. But I don't know. To me, I kind of like the Cubs. I don't dislike the Cubs at all.
None of the things you said I disagree with, but I can still dislike the Cubs. Their colorway, good. I can accept that. Cool historic stadium. If I were to dump on that now, everything I've ever said about Lambeau would be delegitimized. So I'm not doing that either. I think Wrigley is a cool stadium. I still hate the Cubs for the exact reason the Jim threw out there. They're Illinois. They're Chicago. I can't like them. So there's no way.
But it's if you think that Wisconsin is a better state than the state of Illinois, which it is, I think we can all agree on that. I think we would all live in Illinois if we believed that it was better than Wisconsin. What's the point? I feel the same way about the Bears still suck chant, where I'm if you as Packer fans believe that your team is so much higher above this lesser than team, why do you got to chant the Bears still suck? I will never chant that. That is not my jam. At the draft, I understand why people do it. It's funny, haha, Clay Matthews, haha, Bears still suck, which it's fun to get the crowd riled up by it. But I'm not going to stand there and be Bears still suck, or after every single Packers game, even when they're not playing the Bears, because I believe that we are a better team than the Bears.
So
they're not even on our level. So why would I say Bears still suck? Bears still suck. That's
well. What about then?
I'm definitely in the tunnel yelling that after.
Yeah,
what about Clay Matthews then at the NFL draft, opening the entire weekend with the Bears still suck?
Well, that's what Molly said.
It's funny. It riles up the fans. It gets people going. Of course, that's exciting, but. Meh. My husband was there and he sent me videos, and every time that the Bears logo would come on the big screen, it would be Bears still suck, Bears still suck. But they also booed the Lions, they booed the Vikings, which I think is fun. It shows the rivalry, it shows the locality of the draft. I think that's fun. But it's just, I'm not going to be a person that's going to chant it. That's not my jam.
So don't, and I appreciate that. Don't ever come at me because Packer fans love to do this little trope where they're Bears fans are so obsessed with us when they see the Packers suck chants. But the Packers do it at a Kenny Chesney concert at Lambeau Field. They do it at the draft. Their Hall of Fame loser linebacker and he's not a loser because of the Bears still suck thing, but their Hall of Fame loser linebacker got on stage and did the Bears still suck. I'm sorry, obsessed with us much? To Molly's point. It says my fellow Americans. No.
I gotta play that part.
But it was orgasmic for Packer fans there. There was not a dry seat in the house, and that's sad.
It was raining, Jim.
It wasn't raining on Thursday, I'll tell you that much.
It was sad.
A little chilly.
So again, I'm fine with it, but don't get on your high horse about it because and I'm not saying you do, but
plenty
of Packer fans will be
I hate the Bears. I will be vocal about it, but yeah, it goes both ways. It's a two-way street.
But
we're obsessed with each other.
And I do during rivalry week when the Packers do play the Bears, playing the little song as a little bump back in our show. It's fun. It's light. It's whatever. But for every single thing you're saying or constantly during the draft doing it, oh God.
So also
I'm gonna
on
start
that,
doing it. Every time you say the Bears, I'm just gonna boo.
And who are you gonna make more mad, me or Jim?
I think both of you, based on this comment. I think you're gonna be upset by me. Matt, stop it.
Again, I'm not upset about it. My whole thing is the hypocrisy. The Bears still suck is a dumb chant. The polka is brutal, and so honestly, I just laugh at it. I really don't care. It's just white noise. But the only time I get bothered is when Packer fans get on a high horse, being we don't. Why are you so obsessed with us? You're doing the same thing. But separately, to your point, Molly,
obsessed with each other.
But why the Brewers Cubs less of a rivalry or not one? I picked the Milwaukee Brewers to be a fan of because they were in the American League. I don't root against the Brewers when they're not. When the Cubs are bad and the Brewers are good, hey, I hope the Brewers do well. I'm not necessarily rooting for them, but like I'm definitely not rooting against them. I don't have any ill will towards them. My brother's a big Brewers fan. I've gone to Brewers games. I don't go there and like boo when they have like a good game or whatever. Like I usually don't even wear Cubs stuff there because I don't need to like it's baseball. I don't need to troll. So like that's part of it. Like the rivalry thing is like if the Cubs are bad and the Brewers are good, I don't care at all what the Brewers do. Like not one iota. And so that to me is what struggles with the rivalry, and I think it's most Cubs fans would fall into that category. If the Brewers continue to, let's say this kind of stretches out and the Brewers fall into third place and the Cubs go on and they have a season, like Cubs fans were not talking about the Brewers when they went and won the World Series.
True.
And like that whole season, when they're at their peak and the Brewers aren't a part of the conversation, you're not in the conversation. So that's why it's not the same level of rivalry. Bears-Packers, no matter what, at all times, you had the entire NFL watching, most of the sports world watching. You hosted the NFL draft, and your Hall of Fame linebacker has to get on stage and say Bears still suck. Like that's the obsession level between the two, which is fine, but that's the obsession level between the two teams. Because then the Bears brought out, and I think this was already planned, some wrestler for their second.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah.
We're big in the WWE at our house
So
right
I don't
now,
know
guys.
is he from Chicago? But whatever.
I believe he's from Davenport, Iowa, so I would assume that
so
kind of groups him into that.
He was full heel
Yep.
and was great and was fun. And again, that's a true rivalry.
Yeah.
It's just not the same.
And like for that, I think it's fun to boo
Wrigley
him.
North.
To boo him when he came on stage, and I haven't seen like the video of him coming on stage and all that. But my husband was there, and he did say that he was like talking all sorts of smack to the crowd. Like, and I don't know if that was on TV or not, but
there's
like it was
clips of
fun.
it, yeah.
Like that's so fun. I love that aspect of it. Like,
Ryan, a psychedelic advisor, chimes in: Badgers football/basketball, Bears, NBA, Bucks, Brewers, and then 5 Blackhawks.
Those are his sports allegiances?
I guess.
I think so.
I thought Ryan the psychedelic advisor was. Oh yeah, Bears fan.
He's a
Okay.
Bears fan. I know that.
Yep.
So he's
He
just
has
kind of
Bears
giving us
in
the
there.
order there.
I like it.
But like for an example here, you don't run into like the little brother syndrome in the state of Wisconsin towards Chicago is major. You would think if you are from Milwaukee and you like hockey, you would be a Blackhawks fan because Minnesota, the Wild are far away.
Yep.
And the Blackhawks have been better historically, and so like, why wouldn't you just hop onto the team to the south?
Because of Illinois.
Yep.
Honestly.
I do have some friends I know who became Minnesota Wild fans just because they're like, I'm not rooting for a Chicago team.
And Minnesota's
But
like
see,
this.
I wouldn't want to root for a Minnesota team though either.
That's why I'm the
it's
Golden
less-
Knights fan,
There you go.
who are hopefully going to take down Minnesota
Hey.
in the playoffs.
Go Carolina Hurricanes. It's my team.
Mine is whatever the Utah one is because they used to be the
Whatever
Phoenix
the
Coyotes.
the hockey club?
Yeah, they used to be the Phoenix Coyotes. So like I'm kind of forced
That's
into
the
it.
Utah hockey club.
They may have accidentally leaked their name. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh no, I didn't.
It's like the Yeti now.
Well, they,
That's what was
in
the
one of
rumor
their,
before.
In
Right.
one of their letterheads or whatever, there's like I don't know if it's photoshopped now, but it's been making its way around the internet that like they sent out something on the letterhead that might have had the logo on it or the team name.
What
on
was
it.
it?
I didn't care enough. I followed
Mammoth?
Yes,
That's kind
what
of
it
cool.
was. I follow the Blackhawks.
I'm cool
when
with that.
I'm
Yetis are
full
better.
on fair weather Blackhawks.
That's just
fan.
because you're afraid of mammoths.
Yes,
and
woolly
you're
mammoths
afraid
are
that they
terrifying.
bring
You're
them
right.
back into this world.
Clone
like
them.
the dire
Bring them
wolf.
back. Bring them back. Who wins? A gorilla or Willie Mammoth?
Great question.
Woolly
Gorilla.
mammoth.
What? Gorilla. Way
like-
more stealth.
Lions are pretty. I mean, not lions. Elephants. Willie Mammoth. Like they're strong. I mean,
Wait,
Yeah, they're strong, but like kind of slow, right?
how'd you get to Lions?
I don't know
from
why I said
elephant?
lion, but like I don't know.
We're talking rivalries. Come on.
True, yeah, we're talking about the main rivals.
Honestly, like a picture in my head, I'm picturing like a big yellow animal, and for some reason I went like saber-toothed tiger instead of woolly mammoth. I'm guessing that's how my brain
Yellow?
connected there. Like they're
That's how he thinks of his animals. He groups
But,
them by
like-
color.
like a woolly mammoth is like the same color as like a tiger. I'm just trying to guess how my brain got
I
there.
don't think so.
I think woolly mammoths. They actually don't know what color woolly mammoths were. I'm
They
pretty
were
sure.
brown,
No,
at
they
least in
definitely
Ice
do.
Age.
They've been frozen in ice.
Was that real? I don't know if those were real.
That's super real.
Ice Age, not a documentary.
I don't know about that, Matt.
I promise you, Ryan.
You do?
I promise there's
Do
been
some-
entirely fully frozen mammoths found.
On the other side of the break, why don't you Google
Okay,
AI
I'll see if
this
I
a
can
little
pull
bit,
this
see what
up.
we can figure out.
And we're gonna have
Shaggy.
Nestor Rodriguez from Carl World Health on tomorrow at 4:30. But you can get out there. You can have hormone replacement treatment, which can help with muscle growth. It can help with overall mood. It can help with anxiety. Help with a lot of different things. So make sure to talk to Dr. Nestor Rodriguez about hormone replacement treatment. You also can talk to him about cryotherapy, red light therapy, and GLP-1s over at Carbon World Health. Nestor's going to join us tomorrow. We're going to move and talk a little Packers on the other side. It's Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
We don't speak about
Speak
her.
about rivals.
We are not rivals. Yeah, me and Kay are not on the same level in the same sense that Matt thinks that the Bears and the Packers aren't on the same level.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube. Hold your friends close and your rivals closer on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I don't know if I'm in the minority here, but I would love to see the Packers go 110% all in, make it to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, lose the Super Bowl. Either way, they made it to a Super Bowl. And then if they don't make the playoffs for the next 4 or 5 years, I'm happy. Do you believe in that, or do you want just this continued sustained success?
Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.5 ESPN. This is our crew.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Every pitch, every strike, every hit.
Fly ball right field. Hit a ton. We're tied.
Hear the call of every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
Back at the track. Get up. Get up. Get out of here. Gone.
Madison's new home for Milwaukee Brewers baseball. 100.5 ESPN.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Madison's home of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Lillard lobs up top to Giannis. Whoa, what a play!
Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Underneath it, bump set, left side, powers it down. What a rally! And Wisconsin comes out on top.
And now, the Milwaukee Brewers.
Swinging a fly ball to left. It is back to the wall. Gone! Churio, a grand slam.
This is Madison's new home of the Milwaukee Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Must we take this disgrace? Another Bears fan throwing insults in our face. The Packers are.
When was this song released?
Ooh, good question.
Because I feel like this song might have been released in a era of spite from Packer fans.
I think there's been a lot of covers of this. Like this version we're listening to sounds pretty modern, but I think it probably was released 70s, 80s.
I would bet that origin, the 70s, 80s, Packers stunk. And so this song is honestly could have been written from the point of view of the Packers were terrible and they wrote the song because they're in their fields, and now they still play it.
Which I understand.
But I like knowing the origin of it, that when this was written, it was written.
Bears
still.
So
Like,
the
do you think
Bears
this
still
song-
the Bears still suck phrase, according to Google AI, is a common jab at Chicago Bears fans by Green Bay Packers fans, and it originated from a polka song by the Happy Schnapps Combo in 1992.
92, okay.
92.
So like that was Favre's like first year.
Yeah.
So full season.
So weird time. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really know if the
we
Bears.
don't know where we were at yet.
I don't know if the Bears were good or
Would
bad
they
at that
have
point.
let go of Mike Ditka by that point? Right?
Yeah, it
like
might
the
have
end
been
of
like
the 80s was when he
I
got
think-
let go?
Yeah, I think it would have been Dave Wanstead time. I don't know exactly. That I think Dave Wanstead might have been the guy there for a little bit, but so not quite as old as I thought. But wait, just a side note: Molly Brown, Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton with you. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. You can stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Primetime Laura Shine behind the glass. We're in Everlight Solar Studio. Like polka music sucks, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Why is polka? Is it just because I don't even? Is polka German?
Yeah, I think
it's
so.
it's Polish German, that area of the world.
Blech. Not to that. I'm saying.
Wow.
I'm saying to polka music. I think it's awful. It's horrible.
It's not that bad.
No, it's horrible.
It's terrible.
It's you could put on the background. You wouldn't even notice it was
But
playing.
here's the thing: like nobody else anywhere in the world.
Yeah, because
played
you're
it.
literally
Like, the
tuning it
only-
out. That's why you don't
The
notice
only
that it's
reason
in the
that you
background.
have any affinity to it is because you're a Wisconsinite.
It's awful. Is roll out the barrel polka?
Yeah.
Like
Very.
I hate when I think there was I don't know if it was one of the draft broadcasts I was watching or something, but something recently they were talking about the state of Wisconsin and said something about like, oh, polka music or something. It might have been, I think, on Friday when I was watching draft coverage that day, and then they were coming back with like polka music, and I was like, this does not represent Wisconsin. Like, we're not all just like polka hopey dopies. Like, meh. I don't know. I don't know what the word is, but like, come on.
Oh, Molly.
We're not.
So again, Google AI. It's actually
polka's fine.
It's actually Czech. Its origins are Czechoslovakia, Czech Republic.
Either way, polka's fine.
No, it's not.
So basically, Midwest.
It's trash.
I agree. Polka, again, according to this, polka is deeply ingrained in Wisconsin culture. Pockets of Texas with Czech American communities is popular, and then apparently Cleveland calls the Encyclopedia of Cleveland History calls Cleveland the America polka capital of the world. It's another reason not to like Cleveland, but like, there you go. I mean, polka sucks. Like, we could just own it, Matt.
I'm not gonna own that.
What's good about it?
It's catchy.
Who said catchy's good? There's a lot of catchy things.
And is it
I'm fine
catchy?
with catchy. Yeah.
Is it really catchy?
Yeah. if
Pink
you-
Pony Club is catchy.
You're
I don't
gonna
know if we're
sit
talking
there
that
and
polka
listen
club
to
is
polka
catchy.
and not bounce
Pink
a little
Polka
bit.
Club?
The beats, it's such an easy beat to follow. Like, yeah, you'll get into it a little bit.
Dance for us right now.
Ryan, a second,
I'm
Alec
dancing.
chimes in. Polka music was created because people were so drunk it's the only thing they could play. Honestly, that's probably true.
Oh, come on. You
But
guys are
like,
just being
if you were
haters now.
going
the
for,
accordion
if
is
you were
an
going
underrated
to,
instrument.
what
Is
would you-
it? Is
Yes,
it though?
super underrated.
Oh God.
Or is it properly rated?
No, it's not
Just
properly
because people
rated.
don't like it or don't respect it doesn't mean it's underrated.
Well, yes, it does.
No, it
yes,
just means
takes
nobody likes
great
it.
skill to play. It's a wonderful instrument.
There's a lot of things take skill. Doesn't mean it's enjoyable or good.
underrated.
You just say, Matt, instead just say you like polka and the accordion.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, it doesn't mean it's underrated, though.
In my opinion, it is, man.
But that's just like your opinion, man. That's not fact.
It's facts for me. It's
Like,
my
he
facts
dies
of
on
life.
the weirdest hills.
He does.
Like, objectively, the accordion sucks. Polka sucks.
What hills has Matt died on this show? Like, let's
Amari
just run
Rogers,
through.
Braden
Aaron
Harbison,
Rodgers,
Aaron Rodgers,
Polka.
Polka,
what else?
brackets of the most
Brackets.
Wisconsin-y things of all
Yes.
time.
Oh, I love that.
But like, we were going
Polka
to like,
should have been on that
if we were
list.
going for like cultural,
That's
is it cultural music, ethnic music? But like, polka's like dead last. Like, I don't speak any Spanish, but I would
Love
listen.
Spanish music.
But I would listen to you
I
pop
do
that
too.
on. That's a jam. I'll move to that.
Totally.
Wait, Jim,
I
you don't,
totally agree.
Jim, you don't speak Spanish?
Metrología of Madison hoy.
Only in commercials.
only
AI,
generated by
Jim.
AI.
Metrología of Madison hoy.
But like, French music's got kind of like a romance to it. Like,
Yeah, it makes you want to be in Paris.
Yeah.
Where does
Nothing
polka
makes
music?
me wanna be
Italian,
in Paris.
Italian
Paris is
music's-
like the Chicago of Europe. Rather not go.
That sounds like a
You are
compliment.
so
Yes.
entitled to be able to have that opinion.
But also,
Oh my
like,
God.
people from all over the world flock to go to Chicago.
No,
like
I
it's
know.
one
I
of the
get
most
it. I get
visited
it.
places
They just
in the
don't
world.
know any better. Same with people that go to Paris.
I want
Again,
to go to Chicago just to go explore because
Just
I
say
haven't
you
gotten
don't
to
like
enough.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Because the
I
world
don't like Chicago.
The world disagrees with you. The world says it is an international city that people want to go visit.
The touristy part. We all want to go to the touristy
I understand
part.
that, like, we're all,
My
affectionate
rivalry runs deep.
for little Chicago, which is Milwaukee, which literally was basically like they just said, "Hey, let's just do what Chicago did." but
it's
smaller.
Chicago North now?
Kind of is. No, but you can look into the actual the architecture and all that is copied from Chicago, but for good reason. Like Chicago's right on the river, right there. Like they just they took it. I mean, they kind of just lifted it.
Yeah, I'm
Just
not.
fine.
Again, I'm
But
not
it's-
saying
but-
anything you're saying is wrong. I don't like Chicago. Definitely don't want Paris. Paris music, French music, meh.
What did you do with France?
I don't know. Just
Italian music's great. You're trying to die on this hill that polka doesn't suck. Like, it is.
It doesn't. There's worse genres out there.
What's the worst genre of music?
Name one.
Than polka. 844-770-30.
Pop country.
844. No. 844-770-3776. I don't like pop country. Polka ain't filling Camp Randall, and Morgan Wallen
No,
singing pop country will fill the Camp Randall.
Yeah, I would have rather listened to polka than Morgan Wallen.
Well, that's true, but
Personally.
I think I would too.
Same.
I'm just anti-Morgan Wallen though. So
Yeah. We all should be. If we had any standards, we all be anti-Morgan Wallen, but we're not.
You telling me your toe's not tapping right now?
no, I'm literally sitting still because I am not vibing with this.
What do you say? Cringe? This is just cringe.
Yes.
And here's the other part of it.
Cringe.
As a Wisconsinite, when I had live in Florida or whatever, it's like the cheese and the polka, it's just embarrassing. You'd be like, nah, like 5%.
I want like a boot of Coors Light right
Like
now.
5% of people under the age of 85 like polka music in the state of Wisconsin. And cheese, most people in Wisconsin are just normal about cheese. Like, and that's how you break it out. You're such a tryhard.
I don't know. This is pretty catchy.
It's not.
No, you're literally forcing yourself to like polka right now.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not
absolutely.
forcing myself to like polka. I can't force myself to
Ooh.
like anything.
We should just play this game. Polka or Nickelback. Polka or opera. Opera's I'll listen to opera over polka. Opera makes you feel.
Oh, which one would you rather listen to?
Yeah.
Ave Maria.
That
Isn't
makes you
that-
feel something. Yeah. What's polka make you feel? Embarrassed?
Thirsty.
Not me.
Good one. You're witty.
Have you ever actually listened to polka and had a Coors Light and a pretzel with mustard?
I mean, yeah, there was a bar that was like dedicated to it here in Madison for a long time, and I spent many a night there.
Dedicated to what? Polka?
Polka, yeah.
It's a German beer hall that you're talking about.
I've gone to German beer halls, the ones in Milwaukee, but like it wasn't dedicated. I wouldn't call it dedicated to polka. It was
They had like
dedicated
a
to
live
German.
polka band here at the bar, and they would play polka like all night. And I would drink German beers out of a boot, and
You would drink it till you couldn't hear the polka music
yeah,
anymore.
I guess, yeah.
Sounds
Until I started dancing.
sounds awful.
That's when I knew I had to be done.
Sounds like a horrible time.
It wasn't. It was awesome. You guys are just haters. You hate on cool instruments.
You will refuse to die on this hill. Then
I am
Yeah.
not getting off this hill. You just leave me here.
Should I give away some high life?
Yeah, we should.
All right, what caller?
Let's go caller number 8.
Caller number 8 wins a case of High Life. 844-770-3776. Caller number 8 wins a case of High Life. 844-770-3776. Caller number 8 wins a case of High Life. And let's continue this game. 844-770-3776. Carl Talking text line. This is more. Give us alternatives. Polka or opera. Polka or Nickelback. Polka or pop country. Let's just have at it. Let's just kind of get which one is the worst. And it'll be polka. This is Jim Matt and Mike, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening live from St. John's, Newfoundland. The Newfies love Jim, Matt, and Molly. 100.5 ESPN Madison.
You, rah, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Pro-bound Badgers. Along with draftees Jack Nelson and Hunter Wohler, 4 more will get their shot to live out a lifelong dream. On the undrafted free agent front, wide receiver Bryson Green signs with the Arizona Cardinals. O-lineman Joe Huber sticking around the Midwest with the Minnesota Vikings. Cornerback R.J. Delancey going Big Apple with the New York Giants. A couple rookie minicamp invites handed out too. Linebacker John Pius on his way to Cleveland. And D-lineman Elijah Hills is Bay Area bound with the 49ers. Best of luck in the league, boys. Make us proud.
Don't wait to upgrade your windows and doors, because right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Hi, I'm Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is the proven exteriors professionals for 31 years. Family owned and locally operated right here in Wisconsin. National and local awards proving Siding Unlimited will deliver peace of mind. Looking for inspiration to replace your windows, roofing, siding, and doors? Stop by our amazing showroom at 2018 South Stoughton Road in Madison. And definitely check out sidingunlimited.com. We are Siding Unlimited.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck and Honeys. Congratulations to the perennial Best of Madison Award winner by the folks at Madison Magazine. Meet me at Buck and Honeys to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality. Whether you're enjoying the view on the Yahara River in Monona, exploring Wanakee, visiting the OG in Sun Prairie, or checking out the new location in Mount Horeb, you can enjoy the Buck and Honeys experience in a neighborhood near you. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week with brunch every Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you at Buck and Honeys.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Congratulations to Kevin from Lodi. He is in the High Life. You can be in the High Life with a dive bar in your backyard. If you're ready to live the High Life at home, now is your chance. Miller High Life is giving one lucky winner the ultimate at-home backyard dive bar experience. It's a cabana complete with classic bar vibes. Easy for me to say. Neon lights and, of course, plenty of High Life. To enter, just order a Miller High Life at any participating dive bar in the Madison area and register with the link to the Miller High Life Backyard Dive Bar giveaway. Get a ticket to Dive Bar Glory at your local watering hole, like the Dam Bar. Is that Beaver Dam? Caribou Tavern, Rips Bar, and the Nitty Gritty in Middleton. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Molly Brown and Matt Hamilton. We are in the Everlight Solar studio. Our poll question, our Siding Limited poll question, popping off: which sports rival do you hate the most? Cubs, Bears, or the Gophers? Right now, 48% of you say the Bears. Jesse Nelson chimed in with the Cubs. I retweeted that on Twitter. We also asked you, 844-770-3776, basically, what would you rather listen to? And you could give us options. We had Chipotle. Corey chimes in. I would take polka over pop country. I'd also take watching paint dry over pop country.
There you go.
Possum Geo chimes in.
He said paint dry, not polka over pop country.
Yeah.
He's also said polka.
Oh.
But he said he would.
But he
equated
gotcha.
polka with
watching paint dry. Yeah.
Like, it sounded like if he truly had his choice, sitting in silence watching the wall would be the ideal. Possum Geo chimes on. I'm with Matt. Truly the only good thing about Chicago is seeing it in the rearview mirror. Cool.
Yeah, because it looks beautiful. I like Chicago.
Yeah.
I want to go and be actually like more of a tourist and just go enjoy even more. Because last time that I went there, it was actually, we went for Comic-Con. So that was like March. And so it was cold and it was windy and all that. So it was just like, this kind of like stinks because I want to be able to walk around and go in and out of shops and restaurants and all that kind of stuff. And I just like couldn't. But Eric and Madison on the YouTube stream chimes in. He says, polka music makes me feel like looking for the nearest bathroom.
Aw. Who's that?
Eric and Madison on the YouTube stream. Remember, you can always chime in on the YouTube stream.
You're entitled to your wrong
Vaughn
opinion, Eric.
in Madison chimes in. Matt is 100% right. Pop country. So most people just don't like pop country. Can go straight in the dumpster. Polka is underrated, although I'm not a huge fan myself. Mexican polka is the best version, in my opinion.
Ooh, Ryan, find us some.
Yeah. I'm going to guarantee it's better than the...
I bet it's,
It probably has
like
more
a
of a
mariachi band with accordion.
That sounds...
Kind of.
Well, the accordion part
awesome.
stinks, but the rest sounds
No.
It might sound good if it's with a little...
Well,
ding da ding ding. I don't know. I don't know what a guitar sounds like. Oh, what a vibe!
This is so much better than polka. Like this is
good too.
Good
This
too.
almost sounds like Greek music, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah,
don't you
but-
get like Greek vibes? No.
The strings feel, like a Greek.
Yeah.
a little fast, but yeah, a little fast for Greek, but yeah. Noah in Madison says have a family trip this month to Chicago, and he can't miss tourist things I need to do. The Shed Aquarium is amazing. The Milwaukee, the Chicago Art Museum, the Chicago, the regular museum, Natural Arts Museums. There's a what do you call observatory? All right there. There's
it's kind of a.
Not if you don't
kind
like
of a-
heights.
It's kind of a tourist trap, but I like going on Navy Pier.
I was say Navy Pier is another one.
Yeah.
There's two
Best
great.
place to get pizza. Where's that?
That one I'm not gonna. It depends on what type you like. If you like Chicago, we've talked about this before. Chicago style pizza is actually more like a good thin.
Bodies.
But that's deep. Like
Yeah,
Chicago style pizza is actually like a thin crust. Like
like isn't it called like tavern style?
Tavern style, yes. Like
Yeah.
that's so it depends on what type
Cracker
you like,
thin.
and that's going to be honestly if you're looking for a deep dish, Giordano's. There's a few of them, but like they all do a good job of. But if you're looking for a tavern style, there's a lot of different options. So there's the pizza one's hard, but there's great cuisine down there. But
if you have little kids too, I know that these are probably more popular now, but it was something that we did that I had to do when I was there was go to the Sprinkles cupcake vending machine. Incredible, incredible. Like it's literally cupcakes at the Sprinkles shop. But like if you go there at like 10 o'clock at night, I mean, if you have kids, you're probably not going there at 10 o'clock at night. But you can literally get a cupcake in a box out of a vending machine. Kind of like it makes me think of what you and Tausch have said about going to Japan and everything's in a vending machine.
Yeah.
Like that is something unique in a vending machine. It's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm here for that.
the Lincoln Park Zoo is free.
Oh, cool.
There's also Brookfield Zoo out in the little bit outskirts of Chicago, also a great zoo. So lots of great things to do down there. If you're one into heights, you could do like you can go
I've
up to
seen
some of
that.
the like the big high rises they have there, and you can like basically
The Willis Tower, they have that one where they'll lean you out
Yep.
forward.
Yeah, they
that
got the Willis
that makes
Tower
my
one,
palms sweaty
I
and
can-
makes me want to run
I
to
told
the
my wife
bathroom.
like she could take the girls to do it.
I couldn't hit. I have not been because when I went to Chicago, I think it was still like the Sears Tower.
Yeah.
I like if I went, I don't know if I could go into that building like up that
Same.
high.
Yeah, I'll
It
be
makes
honest.
me so nervous.
It
Oh.
would make-
Oh, man.
Yeah,
The
I told
pictures of
Tanya she
people
has to
laying
take
on the
them, and
glass.
If she wants to go do that, she's gonna have to take the girls herself. I'll stay down.
On the ground.
But also, like,
So scary.
if you're a baseball fan, you need to get to Wrigley.
Yeah,
Like, you do need
for
to
sure.
see it, or even just around Wrigleyville is pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Especially
all.
if it's,
I've never been to Wrigley, but I've spent a lot of time in.
and if there's no
the
game,
area.
Wrigleyville is not saying it's not family friendly when there's no game, but with no game, it's very family friendly and very easy to navigate. Because obviously when there's a game, it fills up, but like otherwise you can walk around and get a feel for it. So you're most normal people, Molly, are like you that like. It's actually a sneaky, easy getaway for like to do some
Totally.
pretty cool things that
You can make a day trip
other
out of it.
people have to travel hours to go. Like people travel hours and days to get to Chicago.
I don't
We
want
have to do it
I'm
2
not
hours.
saying there's nothing there worth seeing
You
or
kind of
going
are.
to. I'm just saying I don't like Chicago.
You kind of said that.
I will go on the rare occasion. You know, you want to go out for a real nice dinner. Chicago in the Midwest is a place to do it.
Yes.
Like, Minneapolis has a sneaky good food scene, but it's nothing.
You can
even
find good, like-
it's nothing even close to Chicago.
Right, like again, Milwaukee. There's a couple places that are good. I'm sure Minneapolis has sneaky good. Like Milwaukee's got sneaky good foods, but like Chicago, there's just so many more.
Oh, it's terrific.
I always
I'm not-
equi-
I don't like going to Chicago very much, but when I do, it's a short trip. But
you're not a
fun.
big city guy. Like you don't go to Milwaukee a ton.
For sure.
Right. Because
you're right. I don't really like cities very much, I guess.
Yeah.
Tokyo's okay, though.
Dude, that's on like a whole other level.
Oh, my God.
Like,
It was crazy. Yeah.
What?
I went to like the busiest street crossing. It's called Shibuya Crossing. And it's,
Shibuya.
Yeah. Exactly like that. And you have never seen more people like second that light goes green, the streets are just like flooded with people. It seems like pure chaos.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. Chicago, though, like, give me a dog, give me some of the deep dish. I'm down with like the whole food scene, but I'm not like just going down to Chicago with no plan. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just going to like, oh, we're going to Chicago. What are you gonna do? I don't know. We don't really have a plan. We're gonna go out and have fun. Like, I get that. It's some people's bag.
But you also could do that there, like, because it's very pocketed, like every big city.
certainly could.
Like, you just say, we're going to go to this block, and we're going to do there. We're going to go to 17 bars, and they're going to be world-famous places and go.
Yeah.
Like, you're just hurting yourself. Like, by not going, there's just plenty to do there.
Yeah.
Like, plenty to do, like, outside of,
I'm just saying
like,
it's
food.
like, this is my opinion on it. I'm not saying it's that bad.
Have an opinion.
Just you're in your feels because it's Chicago.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, that's
100%.
Right. All right, we're going to talk Green Bay Packers on the other side. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Ready to live the high life at home? Miller High Life is giving one lucky winner the ultimate backyard dive bar experience. It's a cabana complete with classic bar vibes, neon lights, and, of course, plenty of high life. To enter, just order a Miller High Life at any participating dive bars in the Madison area and register with the link to the Miller High Life Backyard Dive Bar giveaway. Get a ticket to Dive Bar Glory at your local watering hole, like Sunset Harbor, Echo Tap and Grill, and the pub at Pleasant Springs.
This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports and Update brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. Well, the Milwaukee Brewers certainly could use some exterior and siding help after they fell in their final game of a 3-game series against the Chicago White Sox. Brewers fallen 8-0 in today's matinee event. Brewers now 16-16 on the season after up-and-coming relieving pitcher Craig Yoho gave up 5 runs and 4 walks in his 1 inning pitched in relief today. Brewers will be back at it once again, facing a team from Chicago as the Cubs come up to AmFam Field for the first I-94 rivalry series of the season. That first game will start at 7:10 p.m. tomorrow night. First pitch scheduled for 7:10. Pre-game coverage starting at 6:34 right here on 100.5 ESPN. Green Bay Packers today was the deadline to pick up fifth-year options for players from the 2022 draft class. Yesterday they chose to pick up defensive lineman Devontae Wyatt's fifth-year option, but chose to decline inside linebacker Quay Walker. Head over to ESPNWisconsin.com for more news, notes, and coverage all Packers offseason. Jim, Matt, and Molly, Hour 2 starting now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's
let
going
me
to
get
swing
this
on
right.
Jim. He's a complicated fellow. Oh.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
It's Murr.
I'm the flower, it's Mister. He gave me his number. Like, it wasn't the other way around. He was like, no, you text me. So here we are, best friends. We're probably going to go boating this summer. So
There you go. You could have your pontoon boat full of tight ends.
oh my gosh. Wouldn't be the first time. Waka waka.
Which tight end is your favorite? Tucker?
My wife's.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison, alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
Hour number 2 of Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. The mileage of blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power alongside Molly Brown and Matt Hamilton. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. You can stream the show with the ESPN Wisconsin app. Primetime Laura Shine Behind the Glass. We did throw out a Siding Unlimited poll question you can chime in on if you'd like to start hour number 2. We asked you, which Wisconsin sports rival do you hate the most? Cubs, Bears, or Gophers? Asking that because the Cubs and Brewers start a 3-game weekend series that you can hear here on ESPN Madison. That starts tomorrow. Right now, the Bears in the league at 49%. Cubs at 27%. 23% says the Gophers. And we're going to get to some Matt LaFleur audio that is exclusive to the ESPN Wisconsin app. It was from an event we did with him around the NFL draft. We'll get to that in a minute. We also have Jason Wilde joining the show a little bit later. You can chime in on the Carbus Talking text line 844-770-3776. List is more. You can answer that Siding Unlimited poll question. But, Matt, you want to tell us about our good friends with Klondike Cheese.
Yes, Klondike makes that delicious Odyssey, Greek yogurt, the feta, all that good stuff. And Maeve's rolling around. That means it's grilling season. And when I'm cooking, I really like to use that Greek yogurt as a marinade for like chicken skewers and stuff. It holds seasoning super well, so everything that you pull off that grill is super flavorful. And you can count on Odyssey's Greek yogurt to be the best you can get. It's made right here in Wisconsin by a family-owned company, Klondike, that's crafting award-winning dairy for 4 generations right down there in Monroe. You can find it in stores nationwide and obviously here in Madison as well. Take it from someone who knows a thing or two about grilling and going for gold. Odyssey brings the flavor.
So Matt LaFleur, again, this is available on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Matt LaFleur had some good insight when he had a chance to talk with Jason Wilde at our Thunder Trio Houses. And I wanted to get to some audio here from Matt LaFleur and basically in ways he could get better. And this was from last Thursday, talking about managing critical moments during last year.
There were some moments, though, in games where I don't think we managed the game the way it should have been managed. And that is something that I feel like we've done a pretty good job with over the course of time. And there were a couple instances, Chicago being the number one, where we let it get away from us. And that falls squarely on my shoulders. So I take that very personally. And you usually don't get a whole lot of sleep when something like that happens.
So, what do you think, Matt?
I mean, I like that he takes ownership. Like, that's what a good coach should do, saying it's on his shoulders. I mean, is he actually losing sleep over it? I don't know, but thanks for saying it. It makes me feel better that you're, not that I don't think you're invested, but, like, I lose sleep when the Packers lose. I would hope you do, too.
I mean, I think he does. My biggest thing is, yes, I can appreciate the fact that he's taking accountability for it. That's great. But also do something about it. Okay? So let's not let those same mistakes happen again.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is when I will get frustrated. That is when I do get frustrated. And I feel like that is what Matt LaFleur has done during his tenure, is say that he takes accountability for things and then we'll eventually do the same thing again. And that's when it's frustrating.
Yeah. Are you talking about Matt or your husband?
Oh, both. All of the above. Myself, too.
I felt like all of a sudden, like I was at home, and I'm like, look, I know, I'm sorry. I'll
go do the dishes now.
Yeah. You're right. I underpromised.
But no, it's
I overpromised.
Overpromised, underdelivered.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand. But, like, I mean, how many times did it happen? And I feel like maybe this year was a little bit less because we had Josh Jacobs on the team. But, like, how many games in a row was he saying, oh, we deviated from the run when we shouldn't have? Oh, we did this. We did that again. We shouldn't have deviated from the run. It really just changed up our game plan and
you think
made
just
it go down.
A Post-it note on that little like Denny's menu he holds.
Don't deviate from the run.
Yeah.
Keep running the football.
Yeah.
Run the dang ball. Isn't that from that movie, Blindside? No, she says throw the dang ball. Sorry.
Football. That's all right.
Same difference. Run the dang ball.
The other thing I want to, he continued to talk, and again, this is available on the ESPN Wisconsin app, the entire interview, but he was asked, this I believe is from Bustin' with the Boys, but he was asked, as we talk about rivalries here, does he have beef with Ben Johnson, who called him out a little bit during his opening press conference?
Do you have beef with Coach Johnson?
I was waiting for this. I don't know Ben Johnson.
So do you have beef?
Do I have beef? I don't know Ben Johnson. I respect him as a football coach. He did a nice job.
Yeah, but do we not feeling the same thing right now?
Yeah, well, yeah.
But if you don't know him, why is it tight in here?
It's not tight. I'm not tight. I thought it was interesting.
What was interesting?
I thought the press conference was interesting, but
And to be quite frank with you, I kind of enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year.
I don't beat with him. I don't get all into that stuff. I thought it was.
But you'll harness it.
He'll see the eye emojis after a win. You'll send.
I don't have his number, so that won't happen.
God, he's so awkward. Oh, is that it? Yeah, okay. Did this not
What's
give
awkward about that? These guys are like trying to goad him into a rivalry that is non-existent.
No, Matt LaFleur and just his response, I don't have his number. I don't know Ben Johnson. He literally gave me the vibes of when Mariah Carey, she's being interviewed and they asked something about J-Lo and she goes, I don't know her. Like, that is the vibe I got from him. That is, just everything about watching this and listening to this interview with Matt LaFleur, so awkward. Beyond.
I disagree. I thought it was awkward because those guys were trying to like goad him into like saying some like, yeah, there's a rivalry here. Or like they were trying to like push him into the direction of the answer they wanted. Like that was the awkward part. Matt LaFleur was like, no, I'm not having this.
Well, both parts were awkward. They were trying that, and he's not.
He
in
wasn't
that
playing
moment,
the game. Yeah.
Well, no.
It's not necessarily a game, too. I mean, he's familiar with those guys. The guys from Busting with the Boys, Will Compton is a guy who actually played for the Packers, sparing land special teams at one point. Then Taylor Lewan was a guy who...
Yeah, my brother.
LaFleur, yes, your brother
Yes.
from the Titans, yes. Matt LaFleur was his offensive coordinator for one season down in Tennessee. So it's not like this is an actually uncomfortable interview. This is just them putting him on the spot with an uncomfortable topic.
And then they're like, oh, you don't feel the tightness? And you're like,
Yeah, but,
come
like-
on, you're pushing for an answer. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's fun. It's lighthearted. Matt LaFleur's obviously
Right.
not like getting upset by it.
But to Molly's point, like Matt didn't answer in a fun, cool way.
Yeah, he just was awkward about it.
Like,
Like,
he
when
tried.
a guy
I don't have his
looks
number,
the way
so
he
the
does,
number-
when a guy looks cool, he should have good, funny responses. But it makes you feel like, at least for me, it makes me feel like he doesn't have a personality.
Here's the truth
He
about
might
Matt
not.
LaFleur. His look now looks the way he looks. But his personality is far more the Washington Commanders, Matt LaFleur if you see those old,
Like I wear an XL polo.
and I got a bad haircut and I'm wearing glasses
Yeah.
and I'm clean shaven and I look like I'm 12.
Like I should wear a medium, but I've got an XL on because that's
yeah.
the look. It's tucked in,
Yeah.
of course.
That's the-
pleated khakis,
Yeah.
of course.
That is the true Matt LaFleur personality. He's just had help in his life to give him a look that doesn't match who he is, which is fine. But I think we might have stumbled across that. Matt LaFleur's personality resembles Matt LaFleur with the Washington Commanders. Matt LaFleur's outward look is, one that's one of the more attractive coaches in the NFL.
He got
So you
the Jeff
expect-
Bezos makeover.
But you're expecting. I don't know Jeff Bezos, but I was just
Oh,
like.
you should see the old photos versus the modern
But
ones.
I think more like She's All That. Where
I
like,
gotta Google this now. Thanks.
You're
Continue.
welcome, Molly.
whoa, what's
Yeah, really.
but regardless, like I think LaFleur, and honestly, this goes a little bit to his team. Like LaFleur's a little stiff, and I think the team's a little stiff.
Oh my gosh.
Jordan
Don't-
Love's stiff as hell.
They just aren't gonna say anything that's gonna give them up.
But good teams do it just fine. Like it's a weird philosophy. Philadelphia talks trash. The Chiefs talk trash. Ravens talk trash. Like winning teams could talk trash.
Yeah, but
Giannis talks trash.
Maybe we're not good enough to be talking trash.
Or maybe it's not your personality. That's probably more likely.
It's not tight. I'm not tight.
Yeah, I'm not tight either.
I'm not tight at all. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not tight. I'm
Who's
not tight.
Ben Johnson?
I'm so loose right now.
We don't know. I don't know who he is. I have
It's
no
not
idea
tight.
what he is.
I'm not tight.
That's what I'm saying. See,
Oh,
Matt
that's-
LaFleur
I don't have
is
his
just
number.
good.
It's an effort,
That's just
so-
good, honest answers
Again,
on Matt
again,
LaFleur.
He's not
dying
being
on another
answered.
weird hill. Like you could say
Add it to the list. Add it
Coach
to
the
Matt.
weirdo.
I don't think it's that awkward.
it was awkward. He made it awkward. They tried to have a
No,
little,
they made it awkward.
No,
They were
he
trying to
made
have
it
some-
awkward.
to
They
your
were
point-
trying to. That is like us having somebody random in our chair, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're all being like loosey goosey, like okay, I shouldn't have said that. Like all like fun, making jokes, all the things.
Yeah.
It's getting
And then
tight
it's
in
like,
here, Molly.
I'm sweating. Like it's us being us, and then you have somebody like sitting there, and they're like, yeah, yeah, right. Yeah.
Matt, it was like
Yeah.
when we had the comedian on that Ryan booked that was awful.
Hey. I booked all of the comedians
Yeah,
that went on
but
the
you
show.
booked
So
one
we had
really bad
one.
one.
Yeah, one where it didn't go over. It didn't fit the vibe necessarily. It
and
got
it was
a little
weird,
tight.
and it was awkward because he's a comedian and he couldn't roll.
Come on, funny man.
It's not
We
tight.
weren't even
It's
asking
not
him-
tight.
But it wasn't even asking to be funny. Like we were having some fun, and then he's like, "Oh, mom and dad are fighting." Like you and I were doing our banter, and then he's like pretending to be an 8-year-old who's in therapy. And we're like, what
I
is
mean,
this-
to
what
be
is this
fair,
show?
sometimes I end up being like that too on our show.
But you're fun about it. He was a weirdo about it, like Matt LaFleur.
If those guys were really professionals, they'd have just moved on when
They're
they
not
realized the
professionals.
awkwardness.
They were trying to get him to like loosen up and be a little fun.
Like Dan Campbell
It's
in
not
that situation
tight.
would have
I'm
been
not tight.
phenomenal, I feel like.
Well, yeah, but he actually probably has Ben Johnson's number.
Okay, if it wasn't Ben Johnson, another random coach, okay?
Okay.
Within the same division.
If it was Brian Flores.
Yes, he would have been like,
yeah.
He would have been funny about it.
Tight in here.
It's
not
fine.
tight.
Like you
I'm
don't have
not
to have a
tight.
great. Bill Belichick's got no personality.
Well, he must. He has a young girlfriend.
No, he's got a big pocketbook.
You see that she has $8 million stake in his estate now?
Damn, where
Yeah.
do I find one of those?
A former coach?
Yeah, Hall of Fame.
I think there's
Hall of
certain
Fame head coach.
websites you can look up.
Oh,
and figure
okay,
out where-
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Never mind.
Coachesonly.com.
You don't have to be lonely at coachesonly.com. This is Jim Matt Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Live the high life at Nitty Gritty, home of the famous Gritty Burger in Madison's official birthday place. Celebrate your birthday at Nitty Gritty and receive a free memento birthday mug to fill with free beers, specialty birthday cocktails, or soda all day long. The Nitty Gritty has celebrated almost 900,000 birthdays, and birthday celebrant number 900,000 will receive a $1,000 Amex gift card. Grab some friends and celebrate your birthday at the Nitty Gritty, located in Madison, Middleton, and Sun Prairie. The Nitty Gritty, a tradition since 1968.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Join me, Hunter Vaughn, and the Dean Dennis Summerout this Saturday at 9 a.m. We react to the huge news of the WIAA voting to allow name, image, and likeness at the high school level. Plus, the Dean and I recap the week that was for area schools as the postseason is just a few weeks away. All that and more this Saturday at 9 a.m. right here on 100.5 ESPN and the new ESPN Wisconsin app.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison? Discover TPC Wisconsin, an instant classic in the heart of the Midwest. With a course co-designed by Steve Stricker and PGA Tour Designs, it's the 13th and newest TPC Network golf club in the world. Other high-quality amenities include a short game practice area, athletic performance center, and meeting and dining facilities. Plus, membership benefits that reach around the globe. Schedule a tour at tpcwisconsin.com and start your journey to a lifetime of priceless golf.
Bandana? Check. Boots? Check. Gloves? Check. As a motorcycle rider in Wisconsin, you may go to great lengths to protect your image. Just be sure you're protecting yourself, too. Wear a Department of Transportation approved helmet. Perform safety checks on your motorcycle. Know the traffic laws and don't take risks. Motorists and motorcyclists can work together to achieve zero preventable deaths on Wisconsin roads. Zero in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. Learn more at zeroinwisconsin.gov. Wisconsin DOT.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly open Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
Hey,
Want to make your next meal a little less ordinary? Well, head to Quick Trip. Hey, we are so back serving up our legendary No Ordinary Chicken. Yeah, your dinner is hand-breaded, fried to perfection, ready to eat for tonight's dinner. Or you can buy it cold, sealed fresh for tomorrow's lunch. You know, we love to make life easier for you. This isn't just any chicken. It's Quick Trip's No Ordinary Chicken. Stop in your local Quick Trip today and taste the difference.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Go to the Sizzle, Swizzle, and Swirl happy hour. You also can say hi to Lee and Kevin over there. Get yourself a Coors Light. Enjoy yourself a steak sandwich or a burger or fried calamari. And we'll be out there in May, so make sure to come by and watch the Brewers play with us out there. You listen to the Brewers this weekend as they take on the Cubs here on ESPN Madison. They lost earlier today to the Chicago White Sox. It did prompt us to ask a Siding Unlimited poll question. Which Wisconsin sports rival do you hate the most? Cubs, Bears, or Gophers? 50% of you say the Bears. You can chime in 844-770-3776 on the Cardinals Talking text line. This is more, but we are going to throw some stones.
1, 2, 3,
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
Now what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out. I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
Yeah, guys, and today for Throwing Stones, I got to present a stone that was thrown at myself, actually. A rather large stone that I found in the ESPN Madison office fridge here today. So, as we all know, I am a connoisseur, one might say, of wines. The sommelier, as Jason Wilde has called me. But I also
You're a wino?
I'm a wino, one might say. Or as Lee from Moose Chris would say, a cork dork.
It's a cork dork.
Come on, Matt, get it right.
Good point.
But outside of that, during the day, I like to drink some caffeinated beverages, as they're commonly known in the Wisconsin area, bubblers, or what a lot of people drink. A lot of people, including just about everyone in the ESPN Madison office.
Not I.
Not Jim, but not
Clear on
Jim.
that.
Molly drinks Zoa Energy, obviously.
I do drink Zoa Energy.
Yes.
Same.
Yes,
My
I do
fave.
drink Zoa as well from time to time. But I drink Bubbler, which many other people drink, and it gets somewhat confusing to have that many in the fridge. So there's been a few instances where, you know,
multiple
Bubblers look
Yeah.
similar to each other. And we all put them in the same general area on our ESPN Madison fridge door.
He's doing
really
exactly
trying to
what
defend
the,
himself.
what the boys guys are
So-
reading you down the answer he wants to hear.
So all I can say is that at one point, you know, I got a few of them confused. I wasn't looking closely enough at the packaging. So then all of a sudden I realized that, hey, I've actually taken somebody else's for once. Now, I did this yesterday. It turned out to be one of our teammates here in the office, and he went out of his way to actually go and put a label on his drink today. It just says, not Ryan's, because as he informed me when I walked into the office today, this was actually the third time it had happened that he at least knew of, and that he was none
Right,
too happy
thr-
about.
Three times.
3 times over the course of like months.
A
This-
year, or not even
Yeah.
a year.
I'd say 6 months.
Okay, 3 times over the course of 6 months.
That's once every 2 months, my guy. Do
Yeah.
the math.
Well, this is okay.
That's too often.
Anyways.
Too often for it just to be a accident. Am
yeah.
I right?
Anyway, it is an accident. I swear, this is
Thief.
not purposeful. But I'm just.
It'd be better if it was. to
It'd be better
honest.
if it was.
I hate this sort of office stuff.
But I kind of think it is. I think Ryan might be doing this, but thinking like he can just get away with it by giving a good excuse.
Especially yesterday was the good example. Is he had his beverage in his backpack, right? Puts his lunch in the fridge next to a beverage of the same brand. Goes ahead, puts his stuff away, goes into during lunchtime into the fridge to get his lunch, grabs the one next to it. I think he just knows, like, he has the excuse, the built-in excuse, like, oh yeah, I brought it. I forgot to put it in the fridge. Sorry, my bad. It's like,
okay,
it's called hedging.
But anyways, after
It's like,
all
I'm gonna either get a free bubbler out of this, or I'm gonna have to pretend to be sorry for about 10 minutes.
No. After all this, what I did is once I realized I had drank somebody else's energy drink, I gave them mine. as an exchange. Just say, hey, you know what? I accidentally drank yours. Here's mine. Now,
But here's the thing.
It wasn't the same flavor, right? It's not the same.
And the one
I'm
that
not
the
saying
other
it's the
person
same.
had was a specialty flavor
It was,
that they
unfortunately.
are not able to find now at other places.
Okay, fair. But either way, he'll be able to come out in the wash later on, and at the end of the day, like, I'll get him some of the same energy drink, the same flavor, whatever he wants. But at the end of the day, doesn't it all come out in the wash when you were taking snacks, drinks, even whether it's on purpose or not?
All
Like,
right,
it's not
so-
that much of a deal.
First of all,
If it was me and you, Ryan, I agree with you. It comes out in the wash. I don't know.
Well, what are you trying to say?
Well, I'm saying me and you are tight. I know that if I need to get an energy drink from you, I can be like, hey, you owe me one. You're be like, oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know about that, Matt.
Tight in here.
It's not tight. I'm not tight.
I don't know if it's that
but
tight.
to Matt's point, like, Matt takes snacks. He's the only person in the office that takes snacks from me, which I'm good. I don't know what that says about me.
Oh.
I don't have any issues with people.
Well, now Ryan knows you have snacks.
I'm the
so
only
be
one who
prepared.
doesn't fear you.
I was going to say, like, I have not had any issues with someone coming to take
Jim is
snacks
the
out.
big bad wolf.
Yeah, I'm the only
Everyone
one
knows
who
what they are.
dares.
But also, Matt and I are friends, and it comes out in the wash. Like, I know that Matt, whether he brings stuff back from my girls or brings stuff from other places or, brought with beers, kind of call it a wash. That's kind of how I operate. I'll be honest, I hate, and this is all due respect to everyone involved, I hate every part of that conversation. It's so dumb. It's so trite. It's so lame, with all due respect, that I hate it all. In your case, maybe stop doing it. In the other case,
I'm going to stop doing it.
But in the other case,
I'm going to
like,
stop doing
We'll
it.
see.
Yeah, we'll
Just-
see.
You
'cause
said that
in
the
two-
last 3 times.
He
Two
said that 2
times.
months
But
ago.
otherwise-
This is the third. Thank
Otherwise,
you.
just like put on your big boy pants and just buy another bubbler, or another energy drink there. So like for me, both. Like you're both. The whole thing, I hate it. This is what I hate about offices. Like this is what I dreaded in life, was the whole thing about food and snacks and who's not saying thank you and who's not sharing things or who's drinking what. I hate it all.
But here's the
I hate
thing.
every bit of
It's
it.
not that hard to be respectful. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that hard if somebody brings in a baked good to say, thank you for making this. It's not that hard to not grab somebody else's
that's
stuff.
different.
We have our own
Don't
show.
compare
No,
those two.
it's the same thing.
We
Just
have
say
our own
thank
show
you?
fridge, too.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah,
We
this-
do,
well,
but I don't even put my stuff in there because somebody else is going to take it.
So I'm saying it's gross.
Like,
Animals here.
There is a reason Jim went out of his way to make that the show fridge and not let anyone else put their things in
Yeah.
it.
There's literally
Absolutely.
nothing in it. I just don't want anyone else's stuff around mine if I do bring
and
something
we don't
in.
definitely
If I
don't want
do
food
bring
in there
something
unless
in.
it's our own food.
Yeah.
right. But, like, also, here's another thing, though. So there's these frozen meals. There's these like frozen wontons or something in the freezer that there's been days where I'm like, I didn't bring food. I'm kind of hungry. And literally, I think that they're Maddie Hayes's from, and she is now in Milwaukee. I
For the
believe that
last
those are
9
hers.
months, yeah.
Yes, literally. And I'm like, you know what? Just in case, I'm not going to touch them.
All right. So let's.
But I'm like,
You're a
even though I'm
good-
starving.
You're a good
Let's-
teammate.
Exactly.
Let's move off of this because I hate it. But also, let's just ask this question: 844-770-3776. Crob's Talk text line. List is more. To Molly's specific point, what's the shelf life on, like, if you got something in the fridge past, I'd say like 2 weeks, it's fair game. Like if it's, not
Well-
something that slowly goes down.
But you're bringing up something in a freezer, right?
Either way,
Freezer and fridge, very different.
it's other people's food.
But
It's
but
not your food.
But it's not your fridge. So in a fridge with a small amount of space, I'm not even saying you eat it. Like you got 2 weeks, you got to get it out. Unless
Yeah,
it's something
no.
like yogurt and you're working your way down. But if it's like a food thing in there, if it's in there, like if you had Tupperware in there for 2 weeks, it's just getting tossed.
Oh God, there's so many, and somebody has mashed potatoes that have been there for the last like 2 weeks.
So, but,
100%, I agree with like
Mashed
tossing stuff like that.
potatoes?
Apparently, is it yours?
No.
I don't know
He's
if
like,
they
I might
might
eat
have
it, though.
mold. He's like, I'm a little hungry.
There's a text to our group the other day. Ryan sent this too, by the way, because I'm sure Ryan was eyeing it up and gave it a smell and realized he wasn't eating it. We had coleslaw in there for one of our partners,
From
North and South,
yeah.
for like 3 weeks, and Ryan's like, "Is anyone gonna eat this coleslaw?"
No, it was it wasn't even in there it wasn't even in there for 24 hours. I was like, can I throw this away?
Oh.
Just because, like, I mean, I love coleslaw from North and South, but it's like it's taking up too much space in the fridge, and if no one's eating it, we got to get rid of it.
To my point,
Yeah,
it's a space
I've
fridge.
got
But
bubblers
also-
to steal, and I gotta reach around
But
this
also,
coleslaw.
but also, my last little bit on it is
I got beverages to yank.
my last little bit on this is none of y'all who ever drive the station car, which I borrowed on Friday, have a leg to stand on because that thing is a filthy mess. So like you're all gross and disgusting.
I've never driven
cleaned
the
it.
station car.
It is covered in dirt and
Okay, I didn't like
dust
deep clean it,
and,
but I
like,
cleaned out people's junk out of there. It
so
wasn't
you're
my
all-
junk.
You're all
Yeah, we're
gross.
just airing our dirty laundry
If
in
any
the
of you,
office right now.
if any of you,
Really?
if any of the people complaining use the station car, they have not a leg to stand on as far as being good teammates because that car is a disaster.
Fair.
Molly, I guess, cleaned it, which apparently I got into it and it was nice. Cleaner than it was.
Yes.
It is gross.
It was way cleaner when you got into it.
And
I have not cleaned it with wipes yet, though. I will go buy some.
And again, I was informed that both key fobs are dying, but nobody's going to replace the battery on it, apparently. They're just someone's going to have to deal with it when it happens.
I mean, that's called roulette.
You know, that actually happened to me. I thought I was going to get stuck in a grocery store parking lot because my car would not turn on because the key fob fully died. So I was sitting there freezing cold and I was like, I was YouTubing how do I turn on my car when my key fob died?
Push the button with the fob.
You had to hold it right next to it. It was just a whole thing and I was like, oh my God, I'm stuck.
Doesn't
I'm
yours
stuck.
have my truck, I got a key.
Right, but
my wife's got a
when
key.
it's that
when
dead,
it's dead,
if you
dead,
put
though,
if you hit that start button with the fob, my car does it too. It'll start. It'll recognize it when it's that
not
close.
to get into your car. It's to literally turn your car on.
Gotcha. Can I take a key out, turn it?
Yeah, because I can get in my car too with the key.
Oh,
but
my
to
car,
start
I
it
can't.
needs the fob.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Crazy.
This is Jason Wilde coming up next. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
We don't speak about
Speak
her.
about rivals.
We are not rivals. Yeah, me and Kay are not on the same level in the same sense that Matt thinks that the Bears and the Packers aren't on the same level.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Cheesy Bites Pizza is back at Pizza Hut. For only $13.99, you get a large pizza with 28 pullable, poppable, cheese-filled bites. Plus, it comes with Pizza Hut's very own Ranch Lovers Flight, featuring 3 bold dips: Ultimate Ranch, Chipotle Ranch, and Pepperoni Ranch. 1 large pizza, 3 dips, endless flavor. Ready to dip into deliciousness? Well, hurry. It's only available for a limited time. Head to a Pizza Hut location or order online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV.
Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Hey, this is Jeff Levering with the Brewers Radio Network, and I've got a question for you. Is your home ready to shine this season? Whether it's roofing, siding, or windows, Ridgetop Exteriors is the name you can trust. For over 20 years, Ridgetop Exteriors has been Wisconsin's favorite for roofing, and they bring that same expertise to siding and windows. Imagine vibrant, low-maintenance siding and energy-efficient windows that brighten your home while cutting energy costs. Ridgetop Exteriors holds all expert-level installation credentials with the leading manufacturers, including Pella, James Hardy Fiber Cement Siding, and LP Smart Side Engineered Wood Siding. With thousands of 5-star reviews and a commitment to excellence, they're the clear choice for home improvement needs. Plus, consultations and estimates are always free, so there's no reason to wait. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com to schedule your free consultation. Ridgetop Exteriors, putting customers first every time.
Ridgetop Exteriors is the place for you.
The sound of summer is on ESPN Madison.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Madison's home of the Brewers.
Fly ball right field. Hit a ton. We're tied.
Catch every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
Get up. Get out of here. Gone.
Brewers baseball on ESPN Madison is presented by Hard Rock Casino Rockford and brought to you by the Pfister Hotel in downtown Milwaukee.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here to tell you about the delicious Odyssey Brands, a family-owned company crafting award-winning cheese right here in Wisconsin for over 4 generations. Made with locally sourced milk, Odyssey brings bold, Greek-style flavors straight to your table. From savory, crumbly feta to rich and creamy Greek yogurt, every bite is a taste of tradition and quality. You can find Odyssey products at most major retailers nationwide and online. Odyssey, crafted in Wisconsin, loved everywhere, dairy done right.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Jason, quick
You
question.
are one of one.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
Thank you for helping me prove my point, Molly. Because
You're welcome.
my point. Well, is this Matt Hamilton?
Am I not allowed to know the word filibustering?
I just didn't see that coming. That's all.
Good. I want to keep you on your toes.
Jason Wilde is on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that?
You remember the moments from that magical March in 2015. Frank Kaminsky leading the charge for Bo Ryan and Wisconsin in a run to the championship. Relive it all with Made 'em Believe. On June 26th, join Frank, Sam Decker, and Coach Bo Ryan for an intimate night at the Orpheum Theater in Madison to celebrate the 10-year anniversary. Tickets are now on sale at uwhoops2015.com. That's uwhoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe, June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We're live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown with you. Primetime war shine behind the glass. We are thrilled to be joined by Jason Wilde. Jason, how you doing this afternoon?
uwhoops2015.com. I do that read as well, Molly. I think we need to edit it, though, because I always they ran to the championship game, right? Unless I'm misremembering it, they did not, in fact, win.
Yes, they ran
Right?
to the championship game. I guess I should edit that. Yes.
Well, no, I'm not criticizing you. I'm criticizing the guy who wrote that, and I know who that is, and we love him. But I wish, and had Coach K not, influenced the officials, maybe we would be celebrating the 2015 national championship. I just wanted to get a shot.
Well, hear all
Yeah.
those stories
Well, also,
at
like,
UW Hoops.
Facts don't matter anymore. Just say what you want.
That's also true, especially on Facebook. There is, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, and I'm not getting political at all. It is Packers related, actually. There is so much garbage that is being here's what I don't get. I don't understand people that have nothing better to do than make up stuff. There was one I actually screenshotted it that Matt LaFleur and his wife found a baby on the side of the road and they have adopted it. The Packers are hiring Clay Matthews as their new pass rush specialist. I just don't what are these people? Do they not have jobs? Do they not have anything better to do than to make up ridiculous things and see how many people on Facebook are convinced that they're true? Is this a thing?
I don't know, man. One of the best decisions I made is I took Facebook, the app, off my phone. I have deactivated Instagram. I deactivated my TikTok. Twitter's just around for work. And honestly, I've never been happier. And I know you've thinned it out too, but at this point, I check in on Facebook once a week. And I literally just check to make sure there's not some random notification or message that I should check in on. And probably next step is to deactivate my Facebook. But yeah, I don't understand people. There was stuff with Giannis, and Will, we can get your reaction on Giannis and John Halliburton. But there were stuff on social media trying to spin and editing the video where it made it look like Giannis was the instigator. And why would you do that in the John Halliburton Giannis situation? What's in it for you to just cause complete confusion and chaos online? But Will, my take on the Giannis situation with John Halliburton, and I love your thoughts on it, is that basically Giannis's reaction, one, showed so much growth from the 19-year-old or 18-year-old hot-headed kid who got here because he got in a few on-the-court things when he played.
Yeah,
and then he ended now, and this maybe is the end of his Bucks career, maybe not, but he, in that scenario, was the growing up in that scenario, and it was a nice full-circle moment because he honestly probably single-handedly nipped in the bud a Malice at the Palace type situation. Because if Tyrese Halliburton sees his dad getting pushed without seeing what happened ahead of time, and Pacers players see that, all hell breaks loose in Indiana, in Indianapolis. And so, Giannis did more than we even realize, I think.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think you nailed it. It could have gotten really, really, really ugly had he responded the way, quite frankly, he would have been justified in responding, right? So I thought that was great. I don't understand and I thought he was really eloquent talking after the game, answering Eric Name's question. And by the way, that's exactly why doing this job and building a rapport with somebody matters, because I thought Eric framed it in a way that gave him the floor, but kind of gave him a little bit of a runway to get into what he said. And I love the fact that he talked about how we've kind of become this world where instead of celebrating your own victory, it's talking, you know what, to whoever you beat. And I don't get it. I don't like it. I thought he was fantastic. He rambled a little bit, but hey, who among us doesn't? I know somebody who has that problem. So I thought he was really good. But again, I just don't, I saw then John Halliburton did an interview with one of the local Milwaukee TV stations via like Zoom. And I'm like, dude, just own it and move on. Like, I definitely don't need to, you could say no, by the way, right? If a TV station calls, you say, you know what? I'm embarrassed. I put my son in a bad spot. I appreciate you asking, but I'm not gonna give further fuel. And of course, he couldn't do that, right? He had to do the interview. So I do think what you said about Giannis's growth is a really important thing. Now, in fairness, I also disagreed with him a couple years ago when he responded to Eric Name's question about failure and a failure of a season. Was that 2 playoff years ago? Because he missed all that time last year with the injury, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but I firmly believe in failure. We have all failed, and let's not come up with a different euphemism for it. I always hate that saying, you're either winning or you're learning. No, you're losing. Now you're learning from the losing, but you're still losing. You did not have more points at the end of the contest, but so much comes from failure. Like, I just think you learn so much, and the Packers have been talking about this. I'm working on a story about it. Goody talking about how they try to measure also guys that have been through adversity and come out the other side. I really do believe in that, and maybe that makes me a little too touchy-feely, but people that face something down, beat it back, and then succeed in spite of it, I just think they're made differently, and there's real value in that.
Jason, it was announced earlier today that the Packers are exercising the 5th-year option for Devontae Wyatt, but they are not for Quay Walker. What does this mean for his future in Green Bay?
Yeah, well, first of all, have we exercised our 5th-year option on Matt Hamilton?
We got a little more time, right? I think we got 13 more minutes.
We're still thinking.
Yeah. We'll see what kind of question he asked today.
Yeah, that's very fair. But he's got great hair. I think it could mean one of two things, and I don't want to say they're lying because I don't think they are, but I think we have to at least acknowledge the possibility of this. One is that it's exactly what the talk is that the number for a middle linebacker is way too high because the calculation also includes edge rushers, and so that drives it up. So $14.7 million for 2026 puts him on par. I think it puts him as the 6th highest paid inside linebacker in the league. And I think he's really improved, but I don't think he's the 6th best guy in the entire league. So they want to get a long-term deal. He gets that type of money, but it's spread out over multiple years as opposed to guaranteeing it for 2026. The other possibility, and they're certainly not going to want to spin it in this direction, is they're still not sure how good he is. Like, there was no, we want to get something done long-term with Dayton Jones, or we want to get something done long-term with Demarius Randall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when they don't pick up 5th-year options, usually it's because the guy hasn't performed well enough. Like, Eric Stokes, you try to spin it as, well, he's had these injury issues these last 2 years, but if he has a 2024 season like we hope he can, we'd be interested in re-signing him. They're just keeping their options open on Quay. But if they do something long-term with him before training camp, if he gets an extension that guarantees him 20-some million up front or maybe more, then I will firmly believe it and say, okay, they were men of their word. That's exactly what they wanted to do, and that's what they did. But I think it's just important to always have a little bit of a skeptical eye about that, because the bottom line is they could have exercised the fifth-year option and then still signed him to an extension and replaced it. And obviously they didn't do that.
Jason, what other Packers are currently looking for that fifth-year option right now?
So this came into, for those that don't understand it, so this came into being with the 2011 collective bargaining agreement. And I know process stories are not very interesting, but I'll try and make it as interesting as possible. So basically, every first-round draft pick now signs a 4-year contract, and the team has a fifth-year option for them. So for this year, there were 2 guys because they had 2 first-round picks in 2022. Next year, it'll be their 2023 first-round pick that they'll be deciding on May 1st, 2026, and that'll be Lucas Van Ness. Now, if you were guessing right now, would you say that you would pick up his fifth-year option after what we've seen the first 2 years?
Probably
I would say no, right?
Yeah.
In Jair's case, it was a no-brainer, and then they signed him to an extension, right? In Clinton Dix's case, they picked it up, and then midway through the season after they picked it up, they traded him to Washington and decided that maybe we're not so fond of him and we're going to move on from him at the trade deadline. So it guarantees that salary for that year, but beyond that, it doesn't do much of anything. So, next year it'll be Van Ness. The year after that, it'll obviously be Jordan Morgan. But if you look back on their history, they didn't do it with Jordan Love. They did this sort of half-measure deal with him. They didn't do it with Dayton Jones. They didn't do it with Nick Perry. They did it with Clinton Dix. They didn't even keep Damaris Randall long enough to do it. They did it with Kenny Clark. They didn't have a first-round pick in 2017. They did it with Jair. They did it with both of their first-round picks in 2019, even though I think a lot of us thought that they shouldn't have done it with Darnell Savage. And now they've obviously made their choices on these 2 guys.
Man, you learn something new every day. I thought all rookies had a fifth-year option, or all people drafted had a fifth-year option on their contract.
No, so all the other rounds get 4-year deals, and then they are free agents thereafter. It's only the first rounders that
you just
that have the
full of
option.
knowledge. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Jason. We were told we were out of time. So
you're welcome. Bye.
You're
Thank
great.
you, Jason.
Take care. Be good.
That is Jason Wilde. That was Jason Wilde. Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Millions of dollars won every single weekend at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening live from St. John's, Newfoundland. The Newfies love Jim, Matt, and Molly. 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. I've been drinking ZOA Energy for a while now, and I absolutely love it. ZOA is my go-to beverage when I need a boost without the crash that comes with other energy drinks. It's packed with natural ingredients like vitamin B and C, electrolytes, and has 0 sugar. It fuels my workouts and busy days. I recently had twins, and I have a toddler, so I need all of the energy I can get. Head over to ZOAEnergy.com to find the location nearest to you to pick up some ZOA for yourself. ZOA Energy for balance and drive.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
When it comes to your body, you want to trust a doctor, and you want to trust the experts. That's why the only place that you should consider going for GLP-1s and semaglutide is Carbon World Health in Madison, because they're run by Dr. Nestor Rodriguez. They have a workout facility and trainers to help you reach your goals, and they can help with dietary suggestions. The experts for semaglutide and GLP-1s are Carbon World Health. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, we will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward in all aspects to help you achieve your goals with confidence. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity, it's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
The 2015 Wisconsin men's hoops team gave us all a march to remember.
There will be no undefeated champion on Wisconsin with an unbelievable stretch drive to the championship game.
On June 26th, enjoy an intimate celebration with the stars of the run with Made 'em Believe. Presented by M3 Insurance. World-class expertise and individual attention. Tickets are on sale now at uwhoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe, June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Ford of Madison has the customer service that's second to none. Metro Ford is also the home of the 2 years no-charge maintenance offer on new vehicle purchases, making it the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at metrofordofmadison.com. That's metrofordofmadison.com.
This update sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Every Sunday home game, 9 lucky kids ages 6 to 13 will appear on the field during the national anthem. Enter a child for their chance to have their major league moment today by visiting your local participating PNC Bank. Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org, insured by NCUA.
This is our crew.
Peralta's pitch. Struck him out with a slider.
Every pitch, every strike, every hit.
Swinging a fly ball to left. It is back to the wall. Gone!
Hear the call of every Milwaukee Brewers game this season. This weekend, the I-94 rivalry returns to Milwaukee. It's Brewers versus Cubs this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home for Milwaukee Brewers baseball. Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Why Canopy Wealth Management? Their team is committed to provide care, competence, and clarity to help their clients with all of their financial planning and wealth management needs. At Canopy, they have years of experience, which has prepared them to guide you through your life transitions. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial journey today. That's canopy-wealth.com. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Molly Brown and Matt Hamilton. We are in the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
Prime time will shine behind the glass. If you missed any of today's show, you can listen back on the Wisconsin app, ESPN Wisconsin app, and you also can stream the show with the ESPN Wisconsin app. We did have a Siding Unlimited poll question earlier today, and that question has gotten a lot of votes on it. Which Wisconsin sports rival do you hate the most, the Cubs, the Bears, or the Gophers? Asking that because the Brewers take on the Cubs on ESPN Madison starting tomorrow for a 3-game series. But right now the Bears are in the lead at 48.5%. You can chime in on the Cardinals Talking text line. List is more, 844-770-3776. But we did have a lot of responses to it as well. Jason chimes in, I hate the St. Louis Cardinals more than the Cubs. I actually hate the Cardinals more than the Bears. Badger Drew chimes in, Bears and Gophers have been so irrelevant my entire life. They're hard to take seriously. Cubs, as a team, doesn't bother me, but their fans are delusional. The Vikings, is someone chimed in with the Vikings.
Yeah, I get that.
Someone else chimed in, always be the Twins for me. Another one, not PJ Fleck. That's not what they say, but they are not. And then Joey Mama chimes in. I bet ESPN Milwaukee's poll will look different. More Cubs hate, less Gophers hate. Then we have chime in for the Packers. And then you said, someone else chimed in, you forgot to include the Vikings. They can take that horn and put it where the sun don't shine.
Nice.
So.
I agree.
Here's the, me and Molly both feel like, I'm not putting words in your mouth when I say that, we have a stronger rivalry feeling against the Vikings than most Packers.
100%.
Because I deal with my teammates who are all Minnesota fans, and I hate it. I hate it.
And Molly obviously married to a Vikings fan.
So, yeah, I think when you're close to people that obviously, like, of course, And then for us on the flip side,
Right.
we want the Bears to suck because we have Jim to talk to every single day.
The Bears still suck.
Caleb Williams is 1-0 at Lambeau Field, and the Bears are undefeated in 2025.
Matt LaFleur's what, 11-1 against the Bears?
Yeah.
He's 0-0 against Ben Johnson. And 0-1.
Oh, God, it all resets with the new coach, new quarterback.
He's,
Blah, blah,
he's
blah,
1-1 with against Caleb Williams. This has
June
been
500.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Bears still suck.
Tight in here. It's not tight. I'm not tight.